project was on the brain, and the brain has two hemispheres. Each hemisphere acts differently, and you can find out which hemisphere is your dominant hemisphere by doing simple tests.
Your brain is divided into two hemispheres. The right hemisphere of your brain controls the left side of your body, and the left hemisphere of your brain controls the right side of your body.
And our question was, are right-handed people left brain dominant? And from that, we moved on to our hypothesis and came up with, if a person is right-handed, then they are left-brained dominant. And the way we went about testing how you can find the dominant side of the brain was the first time we made, there were four tests in total. And the first one was the subjects would have to make a triangle with their hands and stare at one of our noses. And the eye that you can see through the triangle was the eye that was dominant. And if you know what eye is dominant, it can help you figure out which side of the brain is dominant, because different parts of the body help you discover what your dominant brain side is. And the way we went about testing how you can find the dominant side of the brain was the first time we made, there were four tests in total, and the first one was the subjects would have to make a triangle with their hands and stare at one of our noses. And the eye that you can see through the triangle was the eye that was dominant. And if you know what eye is dominant, it can help you figure out which side of the brain is dominant, because different parts of the body help you discover what your dominant brain side is.
We also threw a ball at the test subject, and whichever hand that they chose to catch with was their hand dominant. And we also rolled the ball at the test subject, and that test subject, whichever foot that they used is their dominant foot that they used to kick.
And the final one was we had the test subject cover one of their ears and put one of the ears forward, and the ear that they put forward was their dominant ear. So we tested 30 people in total, and we split up 15 girls and 15 boys to make sure that it wasn't gender-based, what side of the brain was your dominant one. And in the end, we found that almost all of our test subjects were left brain dominant. Only one was right brain dominant, and a few of them used both of the sides of their brain equally.
So what we would do differently in the future would be that we would test left-handed people as well, so that we get a general idea of how right-handed and left-handed people uses their brain differently, and it will expand our knowledge more.
Well, we have a disabled friend, and we've always wanted to take him, but we never could because he couldn't properly hold the rod. And so we were thinking about what we should create, what should we do for our project, and we thought we should make something for him to do. So we made a device that helps our friend, and it's right here, and it helps him fish. And it basically provides him with another arm, and it gives him a chance to fish.
So we created this device, and we took out 30 test subjects, and we asked them to try fishing without the product and use one hand behind their back, because our friend only can use one of his hands. And they couldn't really do this task. It was very hard for them. So we created this device, and we said, try to do it with this device on. And they did it, and 100% of the people said they enjoyed our project. And we tested 30 people from ages like 9 to 48, and everyone said they enjoyed it.
This is how the project works.
So you insert the fishing rod into the holder, and you can reel it in, and it can hold weight. It won't pop out.
Well, we learned engineering skills, and we also learned patience.
We did a project on music and its effect to the the person's gender. At first we were told to pick a topic, so we had picked music, and then Mr. Ryan said to go a little further. So we went and did research, and we found that the brain was very interesting, the difference between the male and female brains.
So we made an app for an Irish step competition that would help improve the efficiency and the quickness of scoring a competition.
And our hypothesis is that if an Irish dance competition uses our app, it will save 20% more time than it usually would. And so what we did, we made an actual application that you can download to your phone. And the way it works is that you click on the button, and each time you click out of the app, it refreshes itself automatically. And then when you click into the app, you click on the button that says recalls, and it recalls means that you've placed, and when you click on that, you can see if you have placed or not. Because the old way of scoring an Irish step competition, the times are very unreliable. You could get your results anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes to an hour and a half to 2 hours. So with our application, the results will always be reliable because it'll take only about 15 minutes each time to get your results back.
We came up with our idea because we both are Irish step dancers, and we have been waiting at most of our competitions. We wait over like an hour to get our scores back. So we made this app so we could get our scores back quicker and maybe get it at more competitions so we can get our scores more efficiently. Our favorite thing was probably like working together on making the app and just like trying it out on a mock competition. We tried it out at our dance school, and we like held a mock competition with our dance students, and we gave our app to our teacher to use it. So it was pretty fun just trying to like use it there and just seeing how it works.
And for our project, we wanted to know which gender has more school fears. And so we hypothesized that females would have 25% more fears than males would.
We wanted to do this project because we were both afraid of, we both had a lot of fears, and we just wanted, and since it's a school project, we did it on school fears.
And for our results, we found that there was only a 20% difference between the males and female ratio, and that females did indeed have more school fears than males did.
For our future application, I wanted to expand our project and maybe do high school students instead of middle school students and see if our results change.
And the greatest school fear that we found between both females and males was bad grades, and the least school fear that we found was working independently.
Our topic was echolocation. Have you heard about echolocation before, from bats, dolphins? We want to figure out if humans too can learn echolocation. And this will lead us to our question.
We asked ourselves, can anyone, regardless of age or visual abilities, learn human echolocations? Which leads to our hypothesis, which states that if a non-visually impaired person learns human echolocation, then they will be able to hear vibrations of walls and will be able to locate them.
And next would be our procedure, experiment, and materials. The materials we used was a box, a safe location, and a blindfold. The blindfold didn't need to be really strong. It was just enough so we couldn't see through it. And he'll talk about the procedure.
We gave each of our participants 3 exercises. The first exercise is the book exercise. It's an exercise where we put the participant in the room, we make them make a constant shh noise, and we put the book like closer to the participant until they evade the book.
It was called the book exercise, and they're supposed to close their eyes and make a constant sound like shh. And usually they can locate my hand when it comes close to their mouth. And I'll show you to Avery. He's not one of my participants. He's never seen echolocation before, but I'm about to show him. So I want you to close your eyes and make a loud, constant shh sound. And when my hand goes to your mouth, close to your mouth, tell me when it's close to your mouth, okay? It's close. With no background research or background practice, he was able to locate my hand. And thank you.
Thank you.